Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take your source materials, could be articles, notes, anything really, and we pull out the core insights for you.
That's right. And today, we're looking at something I think everyone kind of grapples with, the daily routine, how to structure your day.
Exactly. We've got some fascinating sources here detailing the routines of two people, Sarah and Daniel. It's like a minute by minute blueprint.
From the moment they wake up right through to when they go to bed. It's quite detailed.
And our mission here isn't just, listing tasks, 6.30 wake up, 6.45 shower. We want to get underneath that.
Yeah, we're looking at the why, the philosophy behind it all. Why does one person, Sarah, lean so heavily on organization?
And the other, Daniel, focus more on, say, flexibility and physical recovery. What are the trade-offs?
It's interesting 'cause the contrast jumps out almost immediately.
Yeah.
Sarah's approach is super proactive, very structured. She's like the architect of her day.
Right. While Daniel seems more reactive, maybe, using movement, physical cues to manage his energy, more of an adapter, perhaps.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like comparing um, cognitive planning versus relying on physical resets.
Okay, so let's dig into that. We're better to start than that first critical hour of the morning. That really sets the tone, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So Sarah, she's up at 6:30 a.m. sharp,
Early start.
and her structure feels quite rigid, but it seems designed to uh, reduce the mental effort right from the get-go.
The sources are really specific here. Alarm off, then immediately sits up, stretches, does a quick prayer or positive thought.
It's all mental preparation first, setting the internal state before dealing with the outside world. That's that cognitive priming you mentioned.
And crucially, no phone, right?
Absolutely avoids the phone, drinks a glass of water before the bathroom, before the shower.
Wow.
Hydration and centering, those come first. It's like she's building this little buffer zone against distractions.
That's fascinating because for so many of us, grabbing the phone is almost unconscious, isn't it?
Totally. It takes real discipline. And that choice, that prioritizing of internal state, it really shapes her whole day.
Then she integrates fitness.
Yeah, if time allows. Some stretching, yoga, maybe a quick 10-minute walk. Then it's onto a healthy breakfast like oatmeal or fruit. Very organized, very prepared.
Okay, let's contrast that with Daniel. He wakes up later.
Yep, 7 a.m. And he explicitly says he's not a morning person. Feels sleepy initially.
So his goal isn't mental prep. It's more about just getting going.
Exactly. Overcoming that morning inertia. He uses physical actions as his trigger.
Like what specifically?
Well, brushing teeth, washing
Yeah.
his face,
Yeah.
but especially the shower. The sources say he uses the shower to wake up fully.
Ah, okay. So for him, the shower isn't just a step in the routine, like for Sarah. It is the wake-up mechanism.
Precisely. He needs that physical jolt. It's a physical anchor to pull him into alertness.
Interesting. So Sarah uses the shower after her mental prep. Daniel uses it as the prep.
Right. And you see the knock-on effects. He goes for coffee pretty quickly, favors eggs and toast for breakfast. It's faster fuel.
More efficient, maybe, but he
Uh-huh.
doesn't have that deliberate mental buffer Sarah creates.
No, he sacrifices that half hour of proactive mental organization. So the core difference in their mornings, Sarah manages her mind first. Daniel manages his body's energy first.
Got it. So they both get to their workday around 9 a.m. How do these different morning styles affect how they actually approach work?
Well, you see, Sarah's organizational habit continue. Before 9.00, she has dedicated planner time.
Okay.
Checks her calendar, writes down her tasks for the day. It's a clear strategy to minimize decision-making later when energy might dip.
That makes sense. Using peak energy for planning, not deciding on the fly. What about Daniel?
He jumps straight into communication, checking emails, replying to messages, prioritizing that external flow.
So he deals with incoming stuff first.
Yeah, gets that cleared, then moves on to his own projects or meetings. It's a different philosophy.
It really highlights the priorities, doesn't it? Sarah sorts her internal world first. Daniel tackles the external noise right away.
Maybe he accepts a bit more initial mental load, but stays completely up to date.
And their work environments. That plays a role too, I bet.
It does. Sarah works hybrid, 3 days in the office, 2 at home. And she specifically says this is for balance.
So the physical separation helps her maintain boundaries.
Seems like it. That shift between locations probably helps keep work and home life mentally distinct, which fits her organized approach.
And Daniel.
Mostly works from home. Maximum flexibility, which suits his adaptive style. But the source notes he sometimes misses being around coworkers.
Ah, the trade-off. Flexibility versus social connection.
Exactly.
Okay, what about breaks? Midday recharge is so important.
Crucial. And again, we see their styles reflected. Sarah's structured, short break around 11 a.m., maybe a walk or makes tea. Lunch is precisely at 12:30.
Routine even in breaks. And lunch itself.
Both tend towards simple foods, rice, chicken, sandwiches. Daniel mentions liking to eat with his family if they're home.
Ah, so that's his midday social connection point. Makes
Yeah.
sense with the WFH setup.
Right. And then there's the classic post-lunch slump. How do they handle that?
Good question. Sarah probably has a plan.
Of course. She leans into environmental and gentler strategies, drinks green tea, plays soft music while she works. It's like cognitive buffering again.
Okay. And Daniel, more physical.
You guessed it.
Yeah.
He goes for immediate physical action.
Mhm.
A quick walk outside, a few stretches. He says it helps him feel fresh again.
Movement as medicine. When energy drops, he doesn't just buffer, he actively resets with movement.
That's a perfect summary.
All right, let's shift gears. The workday finishes around 5:30 p.m. How did they wind down? This transition is key.
Super key. And again, different approaches. Daniel's initial downtime is pure recovery mode.
Break.
Jim reading a book, listening to music. Seems like he needs that clear break, often something physical, to shift out of work thinking.
Okay. And Sarah?
Hers is more integrated, blending relaxation with, well, domestic organization. Around 6 p.m., she'll do yoga or home workout,
Mm-hmm.
and then move straight into cooking dinner.
Cooking. The sources mention their habits here, right? This seemed quite revealing.
Very revealing. Sarah cooks almost every day. She says she loves it, finds it relaxing.
So for her, it's not a chore, it's...
Creative therapy, almost. Trying different recipes, pasta, soup, whatever. It's an active form of unwinding.
Whereas Daniel...
Treats cooking more like a task to be managed efficiently. He only cooks maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
relies on ordering in or leftovers otherwise.
Exactly. He seems to minimize the cooking time to maximize that dedicated relaxation or recovery time he values.
Yeah.
Efficiency over process.
That makes total sense based on everything else we've seen.
Okay.
Okay, so before bed, do they do anything to sort of clear their heads, prepare for sleep?
They both do, yes. They recognize the need to manage that mental clutter. Daniel's method is quite explicit.
Ah, so?
He checks his planner for the next day, then specifically uses reading about 20 minutes or journaling to help clear his mind.
Journaling, like writing things down to get them out of his head, externalizing the thoughts.
Precisely. It's a classic technique to offload that cognitive residue from the day.
And Sarah, how does she clear out?
Hers is more about preparation as a form of mental closure. After her relaxation time, she gets things ready for the next day.
Laying out clothes, setting the alarm.
Right. It closes the loop on her organizational structure for the day and presumably reduces any anxiety about the morning ahead. It serves a similar psychological function, reducing mental load before sleep.
So both value sleep, but there are still slight differences right at the end.
Yeah, just small ones. Sarah aims for a 10 p.m. bedtime, uses calming music, deep breathing, very controlled wind down,
Discipline holds right to the end.
pretty much. Daniel aims for 10:30 p.m., but he does admit, interestingly, that he sometimes struggles to stay off his phone. Might scroll for a few minutes.
Oh, that's a fascinating little detail.
Isn't it? Even in his flexible, recovery-focused routine, that digital pull is still there. It shows how easily that final step of rest can get slightly derailed.
While Sarah's boundary against distraction seems to remain firm.
It does. So, okay. We've looked closely at these two routines. Very effective, but coming from different places philosophically.
Right, so let's try and synthesize this a bit. How can you, listening, use this? What's the practical toolkit here?
I think the real value is how clearly these sources lay things out. They give us a kind of vocabulary to describe and structure any day.
You mean like the basic building blocks?
Exactly. We can pull out the core actions,
Right.
the anchor verbs that map out the day.
Okay, what would those be based on Sarah and Daniel?
Well, the sources highlight 4 essentials. Wake up, get dressed, take a break, and go to bed. Fundamentally, how you manage those 4 points defines your daily rhythm.
Right, it's not just that you do them, but how and when.
Precisely. And then beyond the verbs, we have the nouns, the actual tools they use.
You mean like alarm clock, planner?
Yeah, but thinking of them not just as objects, but as representing strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Alarm clock, breakfast, lunch break, planner, journal, yoga, leftovers, gym.
Okay, I see. So leftovers, for example, isn't just food.
Right? It's an efficiency tool. It reduces the need to cook, freeing up evening time and mental energy. It's a strategic choice Daniel makes.
And the mental clear-out tools are different too. Daniel uses the journal writing it out,
An external processing tool.
while Sarah uses deep breathing and music.
More of an internal regulation tool. calming the nervous system directly.
So the key insight for the listener isn't necessarily to copy Sarah or Daniel wholesale.
No, definitely not. It's about recognizing these components, the anchor verbs, the strategic tools, and consciously deciding how you want to implement them.
Where does your planner time fit? Do you use leftovers as a tool? What's your physical anchor in the morning or your mental clear-out strategy at night?
Exactly. Use your clarity to build your own repeatable routine, one that fits your personal energy patterns and goals.
So wrapping up, we've seen two effective paths. Sarah's highly organized, proactive approach, and Daniel's more flexible, recovery-driven system.
And both demonstrate that some kind of plan, some structure for managing energy and focus is crucial for a successful day. They both found ways to handle those transitions and dips.
They defined their boundaries, which, as you said, can be the hardest part.
It really can.
So here's something to think about as you reflect on your own routine. These sources really emphasize having a specific method for handling mental clutter before sleep.
It's vital for rest and next day energy.
So if you're aiming for an optimized day, what's the one habit you're consciously using to clear your mind before you go to bed? Are you externalizing it like Daniel with a journal, or internalizing and regulating like Sarah?